Services, Lavazi and who1.co.uk present the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast, episode 612. I'm Adam, and you're fired. And here's Kirby Bartlett Sloan.
Oh my God, it got Kevin!
And yes, today we're talking about arachnids in the UK, and the latter part of the Shooty Gatwa series 2. And on we go to save time, because we're on a rubbishy Teams call, because free Teams calls are only a minute, and we've already been here for about 6, 7, maybe 9 minutes trying to work
We're
out
only
how
a
to
minute
use
and we've been here 6...
So,
that makes sense.
arachnids in the UK, obviously we have done this...
Rubbish!
Shut up, I have done this story before. So there's a hotel that's been put together, posh hotel, on a wasteland, which where they have stored waste underneath the ground, and
in coal mines. In coal mines, remember that.
Coal mines, that's right, yes. So the Doctor, Ryan,
Master?
Yaz, and what's his name? Graham, all arrive back to visit their little homes. So Graham goes to his little empty sort of apartment and sees the ghost of Grace. Ryan, don't know what he's doing. He sort of floats a bit, doesn't he? And Yaz gets to see her family.
And Master, and there's a note from Ryan's dad.
Yes, his father. A preemptor to later on. Anyway, so Yaz has a very amusing relationship with her sister and dad. Her mum, meanwhile, has gone off to try and get a job and gets immediately fired by the American chap that was in Sex and the City, who's not a very nice character at all. And he's the man with all the money that has made this investment on this hotel. And suddenly they start seeing spiders' webs, and there's this woman who's knocking on a door because her friend's inside and they haven't heard from her for a while. I mean, in normal circumstances, you'd probably call the police under there, but the Doctor's there. She turns up, gets in with a sonic screwdriver, and
yes.
More spiders' webs, and our first big spiders. This woman whose friend is in fact a doctor, a clever woman, and she joins temporarily.
The doctor is there too.
I said a doctor and the doctor.
Yeah, so this is the two doctors.
Thank you for that. Graham comes back because he's sort of a bit creeped out by the fact that he really feels lonely in his apartment without Grace, and joins the little band of people.
Oh, and he found a spider. That's another reason.
He found a spider, and also Yaz's mum calls Yaz for the lift home because she's been fired, and that's how they end up in the facility where all the stuff's going on. Within that facility, there's bigger and bigger spiders. People getting sort of taken down drains and wrapped up in webs, and Yaz's, I love the one where Yaz's mum gets fired a second time before she hasn't even been reinstated. She got, "You're fired again."
I was quite amused by the part where the bathtub is broken open and Kevin gets dragged down.
The bathtub thing obviously is there because spiders normally find a bit of a problem getting out of bathtubs, which was a few minutes after the scene I got found really annoying, when the huge spider was not hanging, he was just walking around the ceiling. Too heavy, would fall. And I was thinking this, that would fall down. That's a bit silly, isn't it? But then, of course, I'd try to balance it out with the science fiction fantasy TV program thing. And then I was thinking about the bathtub. And then, of course, the bathtub's there, and a massive spider, comes up for it. And, of course, Kevin goes down. And I like that scene with Bloke from Sex and the City, because I think he played that scene really, really well.
Yes.
He's a sort of a baddie in the episode, but he was a bit scared, and I love the way he sort of almost like threw Kevin in. He sort of got in, Kevin got him out, Kevin went in, and Kevin went down the drain and got wrapped up, but he still sort of had a bit of remorse about what had happened to Kevin when later on in the episode they went down to the mines and saw Kevin and a few others sort of wrapped up in webs. So that they
it was very, very alien there. You know, the scenes where the alien in the first. Actually, I'm not sure how many alien movies where the alien captures people, keeps them alive.
But anyway, so they eventually basically follow around these things and find the mother of all the spiders, like a mother of all spiders, huge thing, but like
Yes.
what's his name out of Harry Potter, Aragog.
Aragog.
And of course, the other doctor, the doctor, not the doctor, a doctor, realizes that the spider's so big that it can't take enough oxygen, and the spider's trying to get away. And the doctor suddenly feels really sort of sympathetic towards the spider. And as soon as she was just about to sort of help the spider, and then a bloke from Sex and the City comes in and shoots it dead. And
but Master, it's the American thing to do.
Yeah, I thought though. Remember, he got that gun. It was Kevin's gun. He's got it out of a pile of spiders.
Kevin's gun.
I was just saying. I thought it was going to explode rather than fire the bullet because it was covered in.
Possibly. Also, Master, that spider wouldn't have even gotten that big because for not being able to breathe. Also, its legs should probably have started breaking way before it got that big.
That's a little bit too much into looking too deeply into a science fiction fantasy scenario. I'm just saying. So anyway,
this was this after Aragog? Yeah.
Of course, it's a long time after Aragog. Aragog is the second film. Anyway, so the spider dies and everybody's sad. And that's basically the end of the episode because bloke from Sex and the City just walks off.
They got rid of the spider master.
Spider-Master.
Did you mention they got rid of the rest of the spiders by playing, I guess, rap music and locking them all in a room to die a horrible death?
I forgot about the rap music bit, but actually that bit was quite good because Deb was tapping her foot to that one while that was playing.
Yeah, except I didn't like the fact that so the doctor should not have been so cruel.
Well, maybe not.
Just put them in that room to die.
The various doctors are very complicated, aren't they? So you never really 100% expect. You'll get what you expect from the doctor.
Well, she had already said that to treat them nicely, and then she doesn't in the same episode.
What else was I going to say about? Yeah, so that's the end. All the TARDIS crew decide to go off with the doctor because Graham's still in grief and can't go back to the empty flat. Ryan's sort of got nothing to go to, no job or anything, and Yaz is really in love with the doctor, but she hasn't admitted it yet. Her family, interestingly, seemed to have an inkling. Did you not find that quite interesting?
Yeah. Well, Graham just doesn't want to go back and remember his flat is haunted.
Yes, but he's not scared of the ghost, is he?
No. Of course not.
Anybody in that. I'm like that. If I saw my granddad, I'll run a mile. I'll be going, Granddad. I'll get really upset. So yeah, that is Arachnids in the UK. It's a very strange ending because the spiders get sorted and the American chap runs off with his gun and says, "This will get me into the White House," or words to that effect. So yeah, I must admit, I know last time we were quite scathing about it. It's not great. But
there are worse.
It's just a meh episode really for me. It's okay. It's interesting watching and enjoying Jodie Whittaker's Doctor because it's something that in some ways every time a Doctor goes you start missing them. They start missing their personalities, and it's nice to see her. And I love Bradley Walsh's Graham. I think so. There's so much stuff to watch. I thought most of the performances within the story are quite good. I think it was a bit of a trope, isn't it, having giant spiders? It doesn't always work sometimes. It's funny because when we were watching it, there was one of the characters and Deb said, well, she's going to have the spider on her back, isn't she? And Deb's never seen the Planet of Spiders, so that was quite an interesting thing I got from it. But yeah, it's not as bad as I remember it. I think it's a shame that they got the chap from Sex and the City and put him in a story that wasn't that good. In regards to the Trump thing, I didn't actually feel. I remember the last time we were talking, oh, this is a Trump character. I just thought it was a megalomaniac. I know he says you're fired, and it's an implication of Trump, but this is the first of the overly political themes, isn't it? And it was really an attack at the American government, or what the potential American government, or what they were going to expect from it at the time, and because he wasn't actually a senator or anything, the character. It was just somebody who had ambitions to become.
He was a businessman.
Pardon?
He's a businessman.
He was a businessman. I know Trump's a businessman. There's parallels or whatnot. But at the time I watched it first time, I think it was very, as the papers were reporting Trump. But I think actually Trump's a bit madder than this character, but not in a sort of murderous way. He's just getting on a bit, and no offence to old people, I'm getting on a bit myself. You look at the podcast we did 15 years ago, it's a completely different sort of feel to it. It's because I'm getting on a bit. We all change as we get older. But
you're getting on a bit. I'm getting on a bit, and Andy Nunny's getting on a bit. He just turned 60 yesterday.
Wow. Oh dear, I'm not quite there yet. Not far off it though. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't get as much. I thought it was a bit of a. And I'm not a great fan of Donald Trump. I thought it was a little bit. If they were trying to make this character to be Donald Trump, I thought it was a bit of an insult, to be fair. So I didn't like the fact that they were trying to imply stuff and have a political theme story. I don't mind to a certain extent. Oh yes, they're reusing these mines to as landfill. That's a horrible idea, but in fact, using the old coal mines as something or other would be a good idea, not necessarily for landfilling. But on the whole, it was a bit sort of meh, but it wasn't totally awful for me, Kirby. I know you probably hated it. I wouldn't say it was crap. It just wasn't totally awful. And you know it's crap. You've already told me. Shall we move on?
No, I'm not done. First of all, I watching it for the first time in however many years it's been. What, 7 years? My goodness. Watching it for the first time in so many years last night, I actually liked it better this time around than the previous time, which surprised me.
Yeah.
I still don't like the fact that the doctor was going, oh, don't harm the spiders, but then kills them all by slowly.
Yeah. It's typical Chibnall inconsistency in writing. He's terrible.
And someone in the comments, I listened to our 2018 episode this morning, and someone in the comments last time noted that every episode this series so far, the bad guy has gotten away with it with no consequences.
Yes. Well spotted.
I mean, in Rosa, the guy is sent back to a different time period, but that's not real consequences like we'd want. Yeah. And it seems to be very consistent with Chibnall.
Yeah.
Let me think of some other things. I liked Yaz's family. I wish they used them more. I'm still confused about that block of flats where her family lives and where the scientist who was wrapped up dead is in. That looks very modern and posh, but it's apparently not.
I don't know.
And also that the flat next door where the scientist was has stairs going to a basement, but it's obviously not. It's on an upper floor. So was it a 2-story flat or what?
I don't know.
It's very, very inconsistent, but we're talking Chibnall.
Yep.
So I liked it better this time than last time. Unless I'm invited on somebody else's podcast to talk about this one, I doubt I'll ever watch it again. So.
Okay. Well, we got on the live feed, we've got Terry Miles saying hi everyone, and Lillian Robbins saying hi. So
where's her boyfriend?
Oh, Controversial. Right, so the next section, I was feedback back before we talk about Shooty, so if anybody's put any feedback that includes Shooty, that's fine, we'll just read it anyway, because this is the feedback section, as coordinated by Mr. Kirby. Bartlett.
Well,
Sloan.
Let me refresh. Just you never give me a chance to refresh the page.
That's why I said your name very slowly.
Okay.
Yes.
Almost no feedback really. Okay. Ian Kirk said I had to change the option. No, not his audio feedback. Okay. He said I had to change the option from most relevant to new posts to see this. Facebook! Mm-hmm. But I didn't post this until later than I usually do because I didn't know if we were going to be recording until you told me in the middle of the night. So I didn't post the feedback until yesterday morning. I found a great little cartoon on Dr. Phil's wall. Just take a look in the comments. I'm not really going to describe it. And I'm not going to read Captain Kirk's script.
Well, that's a good idea.
He makes some references. I heard this feedback. He's just reusing feedback from last time. I heard this feedback this morning, but he forgets to add the context, and you do need to know this before you play his feedback, that he had just seen the movie The Bohemian Rhapsody just before making that feedback recording. So, but that's it. That's all we got.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there is something. Mr. M.
No. See? What are you on about? Saying we haven't got any more.
Huh? 4 minutes ago. Apologies, no time for a full review from me. Buddy, actually, B-U-T-I, actually like Arachnids a lot more than most. It's no all-time great, but for me stands out as one of the few stories that really works in this season. Everything clicking together nicely. Probably would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Is that it?
And yes, probably yes. And I'm gonna refresh one more time just in case something else comes through.
Okay. Well, and then while you're doing that, let's play this.
Well, good afternoon, 20 megabytes, Andy here. It is Saturday afternoon. I've done the ironing and I watched Arachnids in the UK. Now I sat and watched the episode with somebody who is here and is going to tell you all what he thought of it.
All right.
It did have quite a lot of scary scenes because spiders are supposed to eat flies. We are not flies. We can't fly. We're human beings. Spiders do not eat human beings.
Okay.
But especially at the end, that was a kind of sad scene with that big one where I was just kind of dying. That was a really sad part.
Okay.
I just died.
What was the scariest part, Zach?
I gotta say, I'm gonna say, that's a really hard one, but I'm gonna say the first time they see the spider.
Oh, okay.
Like when they see the corpse on the bed and then they find the spider.
All right.
That was really scary.
Did you enjoy watching it?
Kinda.
Would you like to watch more Doctor Who with Daddy?
Sure.
All right, okay, so bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go. So that's all again. Watched it with him this morning. So there you go. That's a review there. No, I actually did quite enjoy it. I don't think I did the first time round. It was, I suppose in a way, it's very sort of a, I don't say woke episode. That's the wrong word, but very, obviously focused on the way we destroy the climate. Dumping rubbish in landfill, down mines. And you got Chris North, stereotypical American businessman politician. I mean, he really is. There's no angles to him at all. You know exactly what you get out of him. But I suppose that's what he was. It's interesting that he was so anti-Trump, and yet he's so like Trump. It's unbelievable as well. It's interesting as well. You get the backstory, seeing the backstory of the family meeting the father and the mother and the sister, and typical family. They all do not get on with each other, do they? And the father's apparently an awful cook. I could teach him a few lessons about cooking Indian grub, because I do enjoy doing it myself. Interesting as well with Graham even, Morney's wife, and there's great, in the background, you can see her, but though she's not there. And of course you had the father coming back into his life as well. So it's interesting because it really was, you do this build up the family, and they all want to stay together. And the TARDIS fam wanted to stay together. So, the story wise, I think it was quite believable because you can understand how if you've got rotting chemicals and things like that, and biological waste, let's be honest, then these things could happen. They could have a really detrimental effect on life forms, especially the ones that have been experimented on anyway. Interesting that they trust the Doctor straight away, coming to tell him all about what they're doing with the spiders and trying to make the silk that's going to be strong, really strong cords. Don't think quite would have happened. I think one of you might identify as being part of a unit, but there you go. But anyway, all in all, did quite enjoy it. It rattled along. It got me through my ironing, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.
No, thank you, Andy. Like I was trying to say, psychic paper. The scene was very quick, but she did wave the psychic paper.
Now, I was thinking about that. We brought that up. Last time as well, and
about the psychic paper.
About the psychic paper, and
okay.
We were all going, "Wait a second, this is the first time this doctor's used the psychic paper." And no, it isn't. She used it in her very first episode. Yeah. But for some reason, you, me, and Debbie were convinced this was the first time.
Well, we were wrong.
And we were talking, when we were talking about this episode, going, the doctor just did that, used the psychic paper, and didn't explain it to anybody. Well, she had explained it several episodes before, so.
Yeah.
And also I thought of some more things about this episode. My views of it. I got a lot of Green Death vibes out of it.
Yeah, I got a couple of Green Death vibes out of it, definitely.
I wouldn't it be nice if they just redo the Green Death, which is one of my
we've seen that story.
Favorite stories of all time.
We've seen
and
it.
It's so much better than this.
Yes.
And that was a political one too.
Yes, it was. That's probably why it is almost like a remake of it, but not very well done. All right, then.
Not very well done at all.
I'm going to send you some blurb, Kirby. You're going to have the opportunity to read this out while I cue the next bit of feedback. Right, you get your teeth into that bit of blurb I've sent you.
Okay, let me make a bigger one, other than it being in a small thing. Where's Messenger? Okay, there's Messenger.
God.
What? When do you want me to read it?
Now.
Oh, well, let me get down. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is.
Oh, God.
Oh, you sent it in under your name and not to the group. Okay.
No, send it to
Spiders
you.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm trying to read it.
Excellent.
Spiders in Sheffield, written by Chris Chibnall. The TARDIS takes the Doctor and her fam back to Sheffield, Yorkshire, where there's a lot of cobwebs. One of Yaz's neighbors has been cocooned by a spider the size of a cat. Yaz's mom, Nadja, is working in a hotel owned by Trump-sorry Robertson. He says he hates Trump. Robertson fires Nadja for being there, proving he was a total nasty man. He even left his bodyguard stuck behind a closed bathroom door so the spider could kill him instead. The Doctor saves the day by trapping all the spiders in the brave Robertson's panic room, where they would die of old age or starvation. But what about all the spiders in Yaz's mom's apartment block? They didn't get to go to the panic room. Still, as Chibnall's writing, expect nothing more.
True, absolutely.
We didn't like this one much. After Historical Rosa, this one was a letdown. Some quotes. Doctor, I eat danger for breakfast, and I don't prefer cereal or croissants. I prefer cereal or croissants. Okay. Doctor to Yaz's dad, you really like junk. Are you collecting it like stamps? Yaz to the Doctor, so what do we do? Robertson, why are you asking her? Ryan, 'cause she's in charge, bro. Robertson, says who? Yaz, Graham, and Ryan. Us! I love that. Robertson, you are not authorized to go in here. Doctor, dude, I have all the authorization I ever need. Linda and Terry Miles.
Thank you very much, Linda and Terry Miles. Right, then let's go back to the other bits of feedback, because I've just got home my... Oh, it is here. Oh, it's not right, bear with. What is here? If I click on... Where is it? I've lost it. Oh, I lost my jingle. There it is. Right, if I click on this...
Hello, 20 Megabyte Podcast. This is Ian Kirk. Arachnids in the UK. A pun on the song title Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols. Yorkshire Spiders in Sheffield. Perhaps one of the CGI spiders could have had a flat cap. Jack Robinson, businessman and hotel builder, thought he was so important. A stand-in for one in real life. I see a little silhouette of a man. We meet Yaz's family. A tradition in New Who is that we meet the companions' families.
Yeah.
The Doctor keeps calling Nadia Naz's mum. Ryan looks up to see the giant spider on the ceiling. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. The Doctor usually wants to get away at the end of an adventure. This time, so does the TARDIS crew. Who is going to sort out the leftover spiders and toxic waste? A bit of a plot hole.
Indeed.
Looks by RTD. RTD2 seems to be saying that we, the viewers, are sure that the characters are not real. But what if the viewers are not... But what if the viewers are the ones who are not real? Yeah. Have they thought of that? RTD2 might be making a profound philosophical point. But I think he's just being a dick. Yeah. If I had a time machine, I would find the first person to say, "It is what it is," and strangle them before they had a chance to say it. Dug-a-doo. Murray's tribute to Manamana. The Reality War by RTD2. I saw this at the cinema, which was wonderful. If you had predicted a regeneration, bingo! Bye for now.
Very good, Ian. Very good. Right.
Master, did you see it in the cinema?
Of course I saw it in the cinema. It's the only place to see it. Which is good, rather a good segue. Because,
and you will tell us about it.
Yeah. It's a rather good segue to where we are. I don't know what we got up to last time talking about the shooty episodes. Where did we get to in our last recording?
I don't know.
What do you know?
I don't remember.
The wall, that's the Lucky Day. Oh, did we do Lucky Day when Ruby gets off with Conrad?
I'll tell you how I can figure it out. Okay, yeah. Lucky Day was broadcast on the 3rd of May. Let me see when we recorded.
Yeah.
I've got to go on my calendar.
I think we did Store in the Engine. Interstellar Song Contest.
Give me a second.
I'm looking through.
Let me see when we recorded last.
Shall I play some lift music while we're...
Yes.
Okay, left bank 2. There we are.
Okay, we recorded then, and that was Sunday the 18th of May, and Sunday the 18th of May, so we would have spoken about... Yeah, we recorded the day after the Interstellar Song Contest, so we probably talked about it.
Oh, right, okay. We did talk about the Interstellar Song Contest.
So that just leaves Wishworld and Reality War.
I remember talking and saying how surprised I was how good Rylan was at playing himself. Okay, so... Yes, so I can go straight into the cinema experience. So I tried to dodge Wishworld.
Wait. Did you see both episodes in the cinema?
That's what the cinema presented. That's why I tried to dodge watching Wishworld. And
I did not know that.
And try to avoid spoilers.
We didn't, for some reason, they used to do these in the States as well. What? But they did not have them in the cinema here. I wish they had. I would have waited.
Yes, like I say, I did pick up on a few bits and bobs like the word Omega and stuff like that. Because somebody was talking about stuff to do with Omega, and I would post, oh, no spoilers there, are there? You know, oh, it's not a spoiler if it's posted the day after the episode. Well, it is if you haven't seen it, but, you know, it's understandable that people are going to talk about it. So, yeah, I just tried to gloss over. I certainly didn't. I might have picked up on the amount of rumours about Doctor Who. You know, oh, so-and-so is going to be the new Doctor. This is going to happen. There's going to be a regeneration. It happens all the time. So I just didn't really take any of it in. So we went in there. Deb certainly hadn't picked up anything about Wishwell, so she was able to go in and watch it. And that was a completely unique episode. And yeah, watching them together is quite nice in regards to the movie. We got a special message from the actress that plays Belinda prior to Reality War, I think. And I can't even remember what the message was. We were so eager to get on with the Reality War. But yeah, I can't talk too much about the synopsises of the episodes. It's just that the fact that I love how grand Wish World was, and it was a really lovely concept, really. Done really, really well. The actors were so amazing. It was really confusing, which was nice because you didn't really want to know what was going on. I loved the humongous spaceship, which wasn't really needed. It reminded me of something else. I've seen something else where the characters.
You mean
have
the
got
Bone Palace?
Pardon?
You mean the Bone Palace?
Yeah. Well, I've seen something else.
Yeah, okay, that's not a spaceship. It's just a bone
I don't
palace.
care. I'm saying it's a spaceship. Anyway, I've seen another thing somewhere where it was like a make-believe world, and if anybody started realising what it is, they get arrested. Was that not a Peter Capaldi episode? There was one where with the, you remember with the
it's in one of the Monk trilogy ones.
Yeah. There was a similar setup there where if they remember it was actually Pearl Mackey's character Bill that knew, and she was trying to pretend she didn't know, and she's trying to recruit
but
people.
That was real life. It wasn't a wished world.
I know, but there's a similar setup where you're not allowed to. You get dobbed in if you try to make out that this wasn't right. Obviously we got the two Ranis together. Yeah, you know, yes, you can do the joke if you like, but you're probably not familiar with the two Ranis anyway. And
I love the joke. I'm probably one of the few Americans who understood that.
But why the Rani? I think she wanted to become one with Omega. That's why she was trying to retrieve Omega from somewhere. Omega obviously is humongous now, and a bit emaciated, a bit like the Master was. When Omega comes out and eats the Rani, I was so disappointed because I thought the new Rani was absolutely perfect as Rani.
Yeah, I know.
And I was really disappointed when she got munched. Yeah.
But wait, did Mrs. Flood live?
She lived, and she said,
"Yeah,
I'm still the Rani."
So we still have a Rani. We still have a Rani, just not the Rani that we expected.
No, but I just felt that if maybe they should. I love Anita Dobson. Don't get me wrong, she's really iconic and she's great to carry on in Doctor Who. But I just felt that the new Rani was more as I remember the Rani played by Kate O'Mara.
Absolutely, I thought she was great.
She was wonderful, and so I was disappointed to see her get munched up. But if they ever bring Doctor Who back, I really think that the Rani is merged with Omega. What's that going to bring? So it's not probably the end of the story of one part of the Rani anyway. And the fact that Anita Dobson may come back to Doctor Who in the future is fantastic. I loved all that part of that story, Wish World. I thought it was really, really well done. And the baby Poppy, was it baby Poppy?
Yes.
She was so fantastic. I loved watching what's the behind the scenes series called now?
I forgot.
Well,
anyway. But yeah, I saw that as well, and the little bits where they spoke with her, she's so cute.
She's wonderful, but she's even older now. So you think about when that was recorded. But yeah, that whole episode on whatever they're behind the scenes. Somebody's going to come up on the thing and tell me what the behind the scenes series is called, but that was really good. I only watched those 2 episodes because it was so fantastic. So the next episode, the Reality War, is the Fix episode, obviously. Unit gets. I love the hotel anyway. I thought it was okay during the Christmas special, but I loved it in this section. I love the woman who's now pregnant, probably because the actress was.
Yes, she was.
To spill reality into the Unit HQ by keeping all the hotel doors open. Brilliant idea. And yeah, it was fab. I just liked having those characters back as they're supposed to be as well. And but I mean, obviously, they've got a new series coming out soon. Whatever it's called, Under the Sea, or whatever it is. So, obviously, the Doctor slayed. I think that's the current way of saying it all the way through this. And of course, so did Belinda. She was wonderful. It's a shame again. Probably going to lose her now, aren't we? She was fab.
I'm going to miss both of them.
Yeah.
So much, and even Ruby, but Belinda was so much better.
Oh, she was good. Yeah, Ruby was in it as well. She was good too, but not quite as good as Belinda. Ruby it was a bit sort of not quite, didn't feel as real as Belinda did, as real a character, a sort of rounded sort of character really. But unfortunately, all of Ruby's family did. And I thought they were great. Of course, we end up the Doctor does solve everything, but there's a strange sort of hiccup in time which he can only fix by pushing regeneration energy into the time vortex or something like that. And
it's a science fiction fantasy TV show.
Yeah. So he obviously says goodbye to everyone and prepares to essentially die. And just as he's doing it, a big surprise. Didn't expect this. Oh, it's Jodie Whittaker bumps or bounces into the TARDIS, and that scene was wonderful. So well done.
It was great.
Oh my God, it was lovely to see her back with her wig. And they were very much the Doctor together in that scene. I love that. And there was a hint about the flux, wasn't there? That it was the 15th Doctor that caused the flux. And I love the way she says, "Oh, there's a problem, blah blah blah, caused by you." By the way, it was so beautiful. And obviously she tottered off, and the Doctor went up to see Joy, and he said, "I don't want to do this alone." So opens the doors up, and there's Joy, the little star or big star. And then off the regeneration energy goes, and then Billy Piper appears, and of course everybody's going. It reports, Billy Piper is the 16th Doctor. Well, didn't say that on the title sequence.
Didn't say that, I know.
The BBC has not announced it, so she's not the 16th Doctor until it's confirmed. But I reckon he's either done it just for a laugh, or he's done it to see how this actual scene has gone down with the public and with the Doctor Who fans. He doesn't really care what Doctor Who fans think, really, to be fair, does he? They just see how it's been received.
I would love it. I would love it if Billy Piper's the Doctor.
But Billy Piper's can play the Doctor quite comfortably. Billy Piper's been the Doctor. If you think about the second episode that they did on the new Earth, when they swap bodies, she's been the Doctor, so she can do it. And again, there's so many ways that makes sense.
I think she would be a great Doctor.
Yeah, she would be, because she's been absorbed into the time vortex. She's had the time vortex within her. The Doctor's had to take it out of her, so she's in there somewhere, and she became herself again. She's been so enwrapped in the Doctor's life since that episode. We've had obviously our friend Vanilla, whose character was Rosita. So there's been a Rose somebody. The daughter of Donna is called Rose. So I know that if she comes into Doctor Who to play the Doctor, she's not Rose anymore. But the fact that Doctor's wearing Rose's face when the Doctor's worn a Roman soldier's face and worn the 10th Doctor's face for a second time. There's so many sort of aspects of that make sense. And yes, I'd love it if the BBC announced, yes, Doctor Who's back in 2027 and Billy Piper will be playing the Doctor.
I'm a bit worried that they've made no announcement, which...
Well, that's because, Kirby...
obviously, the Doctor Who will be back in some form at some time.
Yeah, they won't take it away
Although
completely.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a 5-year hiatus.
5-year might be, but I don't think they would get rid of it, because I think that Russell T Davies is in love with Bad Wolf Productions and just wants to dabble with these new sort of things on the edge of the Doctor Who universe for a bit, so they can sort of have a bit of time to create some good storylines for proper Doctor Who when it comes back. So
you know what I want is for the rest of the world, for some streaming service. What I think is going on is that the Disney Plus is just not the right place for Doctor Who. but I would love to have a single streaming service to do for the rest of the world what you guys so luckily have there, where you can watch all of Doctor Who in a single place.
There used to be one. It was BritBox. I mean, I think...
No, BritBox never had... No.
No?
First of all, BritBox does have Classic Who, but here, for me to watch Doctor Who, well, the main thing I do is DVDs, but if I need to watch Doctor Who online, BritBox, which I'm about to drop BritBox because I don't really watch it anymore, BritBox for Classic, BritBox for Classic, Max, or soon to be HBO Max, for New Who up until Ncuti, and then, David Tennant the second time and Ncuti, and then David Tennant the second time and Ncuti on Disney Plus. And that's just weird. It's inconvenient. It's a problem.
Right.
So what I would like, you guys have the Whoniverse, and I want the rest of us to have the Whoniverse.
Yeah, that's unlikely to happen, but yes, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean...
It might.
I think I'll be disappointed if it's 5 years, to be fair, because I'll be nearly 70 now. But it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think there's a glut in creativity when it comes to Doctor Who. I'm very, very sad to see Ncuti Gatwa go so quick, but he's a phenomenon, Ncuti Gatwa, so I'm pleased we had him as the Doctor. And it's also opened Doctor Who up to created a few more Doctor Who fans in America, I'm sure it has. And there's a lot of new things in Doctor Who that cosplayers will be wanting to create. It still attracts amazing actors, cast members, and stuff like that. And what you were saying about a franchise maybe coming in, obviously it's going to take a while because there's the new spin-off series which is going to be on Disney Plus as well, and maybe they have to wait until that's done before they can, get a new contract with someone for Doctor Who. I'm thinking Netflix could possibly be an avenue for Doctor Who because Netflix allows the original creators of the show to be creative, and I think there was a very big effort with the last two series of Doctor Who to fit into the Disney style. I haven't got a problem with that because I think Disney's great.
Yeah.
It's got a certain atmosphere to it, and that atmosphere certainly got into some amazing episodes of Doctor Who.
Disney's got the money to do it. It's just I don't know if they would do it. They'd have to buy the rights for everything from BritBox and
I don't think. But Disney,
HBO Max.
No, I don't think. What I'm saying about the future, rather than the old episodes, I'm talking about when it comes back, if it's going to be on a streaming service, and if it's on new episodes are on Netflix as the international streaming service for new episodes of Doctor Who, maybe the BBC could get some money from Netflix for that. Maybe that part of that deal could bring potentially, because I know they have limited availability for certain series like Star Trek, the original series, which is obviously on Paramount Plus, disappeared from Netflix in Britain for a bit. It's now back, but not all the other Star Trek series. They're very much embedded into Paramount Plus's streaming service. So there's certainly avenues for Doctor Who to to come back at some point. I know the people that claim to be Doctor Who fans say, kill it must not come back.
It drives me crazy.
I don't understand that. If your favourite program, you haven't let me. Sorry, I was going to say, if your favourite program is off air, you generally want it back. So I can't see how these people feel it's their favourite program. Yes, the old one is maybe classic Doctor Who, but Doctor Who as a franchise, or what you want to call it, is something that is very close to my heart, and I love every single, even the bloody Pip and Jane Baker, Sylvester McCoy parts. I love Doctor Who.
Absolutely.
So bring it back. By the
way, you haven't let me talk about Wish World or Reality War yet.
Please do, Kirby. Done? I'm going to sit back and listen.
Okay. First of all, for the most part, I liked muchly Wish World in the Reality War. I had some minor problems with them. I wish that someone had taken Ncuti and and slapped him a couple of times so he could say Omega properly.
Omega.
He kept saying Omega, which drove me crazy. You're the doctor. You know how his name is pronounced.
Potato.
No, it's Omega. It's always Omega. And I, just like last year with Sutek, I got so excited at the end of Wish World that Omega is coming back, and was so disappointed by what we got. I wanted a Three Doctors type of Omega. I know he appeared in that Fifth Doctor one too, but my favorite Omega was Three Doctors, because that was Three Doctors was the very first time I ever saw Pertwee and
Joe?
Second Doctor.
Oh, you mean Patrick Troughton?
Yeah, Patrick Troughton, yeah. That was the very first episode I ever saw, or story I ever saw with them, and I'm just very, very fond of it.
Yeah, me too. I totally love Three Doctors.
Three Doctors, oh yeah. And by the way, I found there's a friend I've been introducing to watch these things, and I got him to watch the Three Doctors, and he really liked it. I also got him to watch, what was it? Never mind. Anyway, I liked Wish World a little bit better than Reality War, because it was a nice lead up. If you look at my comments right after I started it, I had some real questions about what Conrad, what's he going on? I liked the little Easter eggs they threw in there, like the books that Conrad is reading about Doctor Who. That did drive me a little crazy, because I don't like the Doctor being called Doctor Who. The books were all written by I.M. Foreman.
Yes.
Which I love that. And I rewatched Wish World yesterday with Fred, because she wanted to catch up, and then she then got mad at me because I spoiled Omega before he was mentioned to her, so she got mad at me. And then before we watched the Reality War, I realized that she had not seen the Christmas special, so the whole Time Hotel thing would probably be confusing. So I told her, we've got to go back and watch that one before watching the Reality War. I loved Anita from the Time Hotel, that whole thing, and having Unit back after the insurance. I love the insurance thing. The whole insurance company. Really liked the Reality War. I just don't keep pulling me back and forth. Does Poppy exist, or does Poppy not exist?
And what happened to Susan, Kirby? What happened to Susan? I was so disappointed we didn't get a Susan.
No, apparently Susan was in the original version of this, but was somehow taken out. I know there's stuff out there about the original plot, but I don't really know what it was. And they changed things apparently because of Ncuti leaving and things.
Okay.
So Susan was going to make an appearance, because if you look at her, at what she's wearing when she's being interviewed in the TARDIS in the making of show, whatever that's called,
Unleashed.
She's wearing
Doctor Who Unleashed.
Oh, okay. She's in a costume, but not in the same costume that she was wearing when Ncuti saw her when he was frozen in the Interstellar Song Contest. So there was at least another scene with her. And apparently there were other scenes with the two Ronnies, because they're interviewed in some different costumes at one point.
Okay.
Anyway, and then when when Billy pops up, I just broke out into this great big smile because I just love that.
In the cinema,
concept.
there was
Yeah.
just a big round of applause and a cheer.
Good. So overall, I just love the Shooty era. Yeah, it started out rocky with Space Babies, but I've really liked the whole Shooty era. So.
Me too. I love Shooty Gatway. I'm very grateful that we had a time in which he played the Doctor. I don't care about his
Yes.
conjunctivitis. That's just his thing. He was an emotional doctor. Other doctors have other
Yeah.
sorts
Oh
of things.
yeah. I had no problem with
The
that
Sixth
at
Doctor
all.
was a bit grumpy. The Fifth Doctor was a bit and with his celery. So they all had their own little thing. The Second Doctor was a bit of a clown. Yeah, he was still brilliant.
What drives me crazy is all these people coming on and not being able to accept new doctors.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I have a lot of issues with the era we're currently re-reviewing, but I liked the Doctor. I liked Jodie's Doctor.
Yeah,
she
Jodie's
was
fab.
just the writing was
Jodie's
terrible.
fab. I love Jodie. I think they all are. I love
Yeah.
them all. I love them all. But anyway,
Absolutely, I love them all.
we're running out of time, but only because of team's time restraints.
Any feedback on the live stream if there is a live stream?
I don't think anybody's watching it anymore. No, we've still got 3 people. No feedback so far, as far as I know. But it's not. Maybe it's not refreshing properly. But there is some Doctor Who.
Well, refresh it then. Do you want me to take a look?
There's nothing there, honestly. Oh, now I've got an advert. All right. So Prentice Hancock passed away at the age of 83. Obviously, a recurring actor in Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, that.
He was in Spearhead from Space. He was in The Planet of the Daleks, the Reboss Operation, and he was a British TV stalwart for his time in Britain. Bit of a legend, and he was quite active in the.
Master,
Yes.
I see feedback on the
Do you?
live stream.
Do you? I've got a bit. I've already read that. Oh
You-
dear, that's bamboozled me now. I'll do a refresh.
Okay.
And right, okay. It says, oh, okay, 4 comments. Yeah. So I've got Lillian Robbins. Seeing the reflection of your computer screen in the family picture behind you is fun. Well, thanks for that. And then Doctor Who Unleashed. I worked that one out. Sorry, Lillian.
Okay.
Okay. So the next episode we're doing is someone after Arachnids.
Oh, I thought you were going to read. Did we already go over the War Between the Land and the Sea?
Thank you for giving me the title. No, we haven't, because I haven't seen it yet. It's not out yet, is it? When's it out?
No, it's not out. But there, in Doctor Who news, you just said the thing about Prentice Hancock, but then below that is the trailer, which I have not seen the trailer yet.
No.
Also, I saw something yesterday about a animated Doctor Who coming up.
Oh, I heard something
Although
about
it's
that
not
as
on this
well.
page.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about it.
Nor do I. I'm sure it'll come. It'll be something to talk about at a later date. But what's the next episode, Kirby, after Arachnids in the UK?
That would be the Serenga.
Oh yes,
thing.
I remember that one. Yes, that's on the one on the spaceship, isn't it?
The Serenga Conundrum.
Is that the one with the pregnant bloke? I can't remember.
Yeah, and the one with the unkillable eating monster.
And the little robot that came out as a Funko Pop. I remember as well.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry, is that what you were
It's
talking
not a
about?
robot. It's a creature.
It's a creature. Anyway, it came out.
So
as a
let
Funko
me
Pop.
look at the calendar.
My calendar. I'm away next weekend. It's the Aloha Festival and Valila Shabalala's wedding. Wish me luck getting to that one. The 1 week after that, we have filming all weekend. The week after that, we have filming all weekend. And then I've got filming the following week as we move into July. The next available Sunday is the 20th. I do apologise. I work.
That's fine. That's right. Do we want to do 2 episodes?
I suppose we'll have to in that period of time, won't it? Just have to let all the other potential co-presenters know, and we'll have to also find another way.
That would be Demons of the Punjab.
You might have to get WhatsApp, Kirby. Because I've got a feeling WhatsApp has no problems in doing multi.
I thought WhatsApp
things.
I thought WhatsApp was only on phones.
No, I see what you mean. I've got it on my desktop on my Mac, but you don't have a Mac, do you? So.
Well,
Yeah,
no. Well, right. I'll look it up and let you know.
If it's not, we'll have to find another way.
Well, there was that other thing that you brought, Zoom. What about Zoom?
I'll have to look into Zoom. I'll look into Zoom, but I can't afford to be paying any monies to these types of thingies. So we'll just have to do some research.
Are we going to do both Saranga and Demons of the Punjab?
Shall we?
Or just Saranga?
Shall we? Because if everybody moans about it, I can say it's your idea.
Well, we don't have to do that. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's a great plan. What I'm saying is, if anybody moans about it, I can get away with it by saying it was your idea.
Okay, fine. So we'll do on. Let me bring up the calendar again.
20th
on
of July.
The 20th of July.
Is it
will be Saranga.
Yeah.
And Punjab.
Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds a lot of fun. Thanks, Kirby. So, sorry for these delayed episodes. Like I just said to Kirby, I work, and sometimes that work collides with Sundays. So therefore, it'll be a while, but we'll soon settle down again. And thank you for listening.
Whatever happened to Mondays? I mean, I don't want to do Mondays.
I can't do
again,
Mondays because I work on Mondays. Catching up on stuff I should be doing while podcasting, and also the grandkids are often part of the equation, and certainly this Monday I have a load of editing to do for doing editing weddings and shows. So yes, it's not something we can do anymore Mondays. But anyway, thank you for.
I remember those old days though of doing it on
so do I.
Monday morning, where I had to wake up at.
Oh, I do apologise, and I had to sit in a car in the steaming hot weather. Anyway, thank you for listening, watching, taking part in the show, and for your patience in sticking with us in such difficult circumstances. Goodbye.
Goodbye, fancy pants. Scarecrow.
Where's the off button gone?
You're supposed to say Scarecrow since
I'm not going to say
that.
That's Debbie's cat. Debbie's got that sort of copyrighted.
The 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast is an APV Services production, sponsored by whowon.co.uk and lavazi.co.uk. We are proud members of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance. Doctor Who is a trademark of the BBC. No copyright infringement intended. The music on this podcast is covered by limited online music license from PRS for Music.